What's up and welcome back to another video. I'm Bandit Barney coming to you with everything you need to know about Red Dead Online. Today we're going to be going over the best XP farming locations where you can farm that XP to get those levels, those treasure maps, and unlock the new items you want to play with in game. I'm going to start off with one that's simple, easy to use, because I know a lot of you are going to be getting Red Dead 2 soon for Christmas, or you just got it. It's that time of year where people are going to be jumping on. So we're going to start off with something a little bit simpler that maybe a few of us already know, and we're going to dive into the other ones that work better but are a little bit more difficult. The first one is in Saint Denis. It's the rooftop north of the Butcher, and this is one that we've probably all used before that have been playing the game. But if you're new to the game, it's a really easy location to get XP farm started. All you needed to do is antagonize them, get the law on you, and then they'll chase you up the ladder to a rooftop. And if you go on the backside, you can just crouch down and shoot them as they come up this ladder. It's north of the Butcher, super easy to do. For some of you that are just jumping in, you can gain more experience by using special ammo. That's something I didn't do when I was running these XP farming methods, because I wanted all of them to be relatable to each other so that I had some, statistics to go off of. But if you want to gain extra experience, use special ammo. There's also executions that work really well. The two other methods, one's in Blackwater that I use for XP farming, they use executions, and they are really good, because an execution will give you an extra 10 experience per kill, which means that this first method in Saint Denis, if you get the law coming up the ladder and you hip fire kills are also 10 more experience, and you get the kill, that's the most you can get is at 15, but a headshot actually is worth 5 more, so you can get 20. Now if you do special ammo, you can get more than that, but hip firing is hard. It doesn't take down them as efficiently as executions, and you get the same type of experience for an execution, and it's a one-shot kill every single time. That's why executions are prioritized over hip fire headshots. Now, the second method is also in Saint Denis, and it's right next to this rooftop. This method is one of my favorite ones for the reason that it is in that territory, middle ground of sometimes you might die, but probably not. The rooftop is super easy. You're never going to get shot down there. You're good to go. Running them down, gaining that experience. But it can be hard to get the cops to come up the ladder sometimes when you're there. And sometimes they get stuck. In this other location, it's in a train cart. I think that's the right phrase to use. It's in a train cart that's stalled in Saint Denis. You just go by the pier, and there's this blue train cart that you can climb inside, and you can get the law on you, and they will just chase you into this cart one by one, single file over this ladder. Ladder methods are something that are used throughout the game. I'm only going over 3 total methods, 3 XP farming locations in this video, but ladders are used all over the game for XP farming. And this one works better than any other one I've seen, because it's so small, but yet you're so protected from all the police. It works so well when you get the law on you. Now there's this little technique you have to use to get in this spot, and I have a video on how to get here and get situated and start your farm. That'll be linked in the description below. But once you're in this spot, all you have to do is look at the edge of this train cart, and the cops will climb up over the ladder, jump in, and you get them with the execution. You could use a knife. I prefer to use revolvers. If you use a bow, you won't end up using any ammo. So that's why if you're gonna run that method for a long time, you might want to carry a bow with you. That way you can get the executions, and you can just keep picking up the arrows and keep going. For reference, how much more effective this train cart is than the rooftop. When you run the rooftop, you're gonna make about 2,600 experience per hour. But when you run the train cart, you're gonna make about 4,500 experience per hour. Now, I know that some of you are gonna say, yes, you can get even more than that using these same methods. That's not considering using special ammo, and I'm also not the best player. I mess up sometimes, and that will account for you maybe dying once or twice during that hour. Hey, just throw it out there. Just to let everyone know, look, hands on the table, telling the truth. Telling the truth. I like this train cart method though because of its simplicity. The ladder's so small and it lets the in-game NPC mind of these cops find you more often and less risky. Obviously, if you're running through Saint Denis shooting at everyone, you're gonna find a lot of cops, but it's super risky because there's too many angles. This train cart method minimizes angles to only one angle directly in front of you, and it maximizes the potential of you getting those cops to you. So that's why I really like this method. It's a really good one. The third one might be a little bit better, but if the third one's better, it's gonna be because the player is better, not because it gets the cops safely to you. This method with the train cart in Saint Denis is by far the best one and easiest one I've seen. For ease, I'm rating this on ease and XP. So on those two levels, it outranks the other XP farming methods that I've tried. Why don't you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below? I'm always like to see what you guys have been discovering in Red Dead Online as well. For our third method though, we're gonna go over to Blackwater. I've talked about this method in the past. It's behind the ticket booth in the cinema at Blackwater. So you're just gonna go there, once again, you antagonize the cops and you sit behind that booth. The benefits of this method are that it's so easy for the cops to get to you. They just walk in the street and you can get line of sight on them. And then if you wait for them to walk behind the booth, you can get the executions on them. Now, the downside of this compared to our number 2, the train cart, is that this place is a little, it's hotter. You're gonna get, the cops have, the ticket booth is in an open area, so the cops can come in at 2 different angles. That makes it sometimes when they pile up and they attack you, and this is a technique that the NPC mind, I don't know why I don't know what that's called, but the NPC mind, the code for these cops is developed that sometimes they'll wait in groups and then all come in on you to increase the difficulty of you farming them or of them being killed or their effectiveness in stopping your outlawness, your rampage. Keep that in mind because they will eventually come from both sides at the same time, and when they do, it can be hard to time your executions to not take damage. This results in using your health tonics, because otherwise you're gonna get shot and killed and respawning, losing your wanted level. It just hurts you when you're trying to earn XP and farm XP, because building up those wave of cops to get them to their full potential takes a little bit of time. So keep that in mind. That's why this method is a little bit more on the difficult end. I haven't completely mastered it, but once you get it down, you don't need to worry about getting double ambushed because you carry with you like a shotgun or a weapon you're really good with, and you just occasionally peep out of your corner and shoot the guys before they even come back to you. So if you manage this properly, it is the most effective method, but just barely, at least in the sense of me trying them out. I've been able to use this method at a rate of 5,000 experience per hour, which is not, it's only 500 experience more than the train cart, and that's minimal. You could probably get just as much experience using the train cart method and just doing it more effectively. So it's up in the air, but these are the best experience farming methods they have for solo play in Red Dead Online. The first one, if you're just starting out the game, that experience will count for something for you. If you're just starting out and you want to go to Saint Denis, climb the rooftop, that'll get you started out on getting somewhere, right? But once you have a little bit of feel for the game, definitely jump onto the other 2 methods because they are much more effective than the other XP farming. The nice thing about the train cart too is even if someone else comes to Saint Denis to farm, it leaves 2 locations open because the farming locations are far enough apart that the cops will react to you guys as in different waves. And basically, if you're near another player with a wanted level who's taking out the cops and you're doing the same thing, they just get super confused and one of you won't get them coming after you. It's just how it works. So the train cart's nice because you are far enough away that doesn't happen. If you guys have any additional things to add, comment them down below. Get the XP grind going. We appreciate you and the support you're giving the channel. Thank you. I hope you're having a good time and enjoying yourself. Spread some love. Take care, and we'll see you later.